good morning, afternoon, or evening, whenever you guys are tuning in and creeping with. We are downtown Portland, well, almost downtown at the moment. We are just now crossing over the Tillicum Bridge into downtown Portland, Oregon. Used for a lot of movies and a lot of film, but one of my favorites, Grimm, filmed right here in Portland, Oregon. And today, tying into the holidays, one of my favorite episodes, Grimm filmed in the old church right downtown Portland, and that's where we're headed to do a little filming locations to Grimm. We got the train going by. It's gonna be a beautiful day, and we've done a whole bunch of Grimm locations, so stay tuned. It's gonna be a fun one. There's where we just were on the opening, and I love this green path that they've put in here for the cyclists and the other side for the pedestrians to walk on. And the sun's coming out, and I absolutely miss the Grimm series. They did such an awesome job here. I was actually part of the show. If you guys look at the playlist, I talk all about my time on set as a prisoner. All right, let's head up to the old church and check it out. Talk to you guys about one of my favorite episodes. Ties right into the holidays. All right, just getting all the way into downtown. Look at all the geese or goose. I guess it'd be geese. With the beautiful trees. All right, we got about 3-4 blocks to go. And maybe a little farther, but not much. Beautiful though. Wow, these guys are really going to town. Look at that. There you go, Lise. Full force. All right, we have made it to the old church. We are currently on Southwest 11th and Clay, and this is no longer being utilized as a church. This is actually a concert hall where there's a ton of events, and they actually filmed Grimm here as well. One of my favorite episodes, starting out with the Grimm cast talking about these crazy vessels. I can't remember the name. It starts with a K, Kulla, something or another. I don't want to totally massacre it. It's a tongue twister. And this is actually not a church. This is actually a concert hall now. But in that episode, they are in the trailer talking about the vessels that have taken over the city, and they've tracked them down. They've done their research in the Brothers Grimm kind of book that they use to figure out what characters and, you know, people in the show do what and what they're capable of doing. And they figured out that these vessels have been terrorizing the town and the church at one point during the show are actually just little kids. And they figure out that sweets will help them keep these crazy vessels under control. I also wanted to just come down here and document how beautiful this church is. They do a lot of concerts, a lot of Christmas things, and in that episode it was Christmas time, and on the interiors, which I will show you pictures of, those vessels being part of the choir, a 3-piece set, the 3 boys, eyes suddenly turn green and they start morphing into those crazy little trollish elf vessels. They actually have a real name and I can't pronounce it correctly, but I will insert pictures of what they call them in the show. Glowing green eyes, little smaller little guys, kind of kind of trollish looking, really giving them a run for their money by knocking over trees and causing all kinds of havoc. And apparently it's due to hormones that kick in young adolescent boys at a certain time. And so the detectives realize that they can keep these guys at bay by basically giving them fruity treats, which included a fruit cake that they bought from a stand. They actually ended up buying the entire van, and just right around on this side is where they sprinkled the fruit cake to kind of attract the Vescents to come out front. They pull the van up right about here and park it, and Sebastian and his female companion on the show kind of decorate the steps with fruit cake to attract these crazy troll-like Vescents, and it works. So now we're going to go over on the opposite side, and I'll show you where they actually used this screen used shot for the church and the steps and everything right across the street. So as stated, the detectives are looking through their little book that they have in the trailer parked, and Sebastian's reading it, letting them know that the Vescent can be kind of contained by sprinkling these fruitcake pies. So they end up buying the entire truck from one of the food cart vendors, which we actually did the video locations to that location before a few years back. So if you guys do like that show, make sure you check out the playlist. We've done a lot of Grimm filming. But yeah, this set of steps right here and this door all made the shot, which was really cool. And like I said, they came out front here and sprinkled the steps with all the fruitcakes and stuff to attract the Vescents to come outside. And in that picture you would have seen the van pull up right here, kind of back up, and what their plan was is to open the back of the doors of the van, attract the Vescent with the fruitcake, and have them basically jump into the back of the van that was parked right here. And then as soon as they jumped in, they closed the doors on them, and they ravaged the fruitcake. And they were concerned, how long is this going to take? They weren't quite sure, so they basically just kept them locked in the van for a couple hours. When they came back to the van, the three kids were back. They had been grimmed back into their original adolescent kids. And it kind of just showed that, you know, kids are going to cause trouble and do kind of funny things, but they kind of tied all that into the Vescents and the episode that was shot right here in downtown Portland. Pretty dang cool. All right, let's go get a closer look. Yeah, you just gotta love the details in this beautiful Gothic style church. Portland's oldest church building on its original site. It's a fine example of carpentry and Gothic architecture. It was designed by Warren Williams and built in 1882 by Calvary Presbyterian Church on land donated by W.S.L. Ladd. It houses a rare hook and Hastings organ. In 1969, the threat of demolition led to a concerned group of citizens to form the non-profit Old Church Society to save and restore it as a unique community gathering place. It was put on the National Historic Landmark in 1972. So that's pretty dang awesome. So these guys are so gracious to let me in and video. This is great. Yeah, this is the room for that episode. Obviously we're inside of the church now, and they've got all the beautiful stained glass windows. So this is really cool, and this is where they would have had that scene. Basically the choir would have been set up back in here. You would have seen all these windows make the shot, and the Christmas tree would have been right around in here. And Silas and Nick were basically over here. I believe there was a banner in here at one point as well. And then we're going to walk over and I will show you the actual church as well, or you know, the pew and whatnot. But yeah, this would have been it right here. And this was so nice of them to let me come in, and this is just gorgeous. Wow. How beautiful. I believe that's the organ they were talking about on the historical plaque as well. Oh, it's beautiful though, either way. Oh, wow. They donated it?
Yeah.
Oh, that was cool.
Anybody who has Victorian stuff, they donate it because most households are too small.
Yeah.
This kind of furniture.
This is cool. It's so surreal being in here. I wanted to come in and check it out just because of how beautiful and historical it is. And then to see the screen use shots and actually have everything compared. And this is so cool because it's almost like Grimm style, because Halloween just ended. It's in that one? Yeah, you guys, if you look up to, you would have seen that banner. You would have seen all this beautiful, intricate woodwork. Oh my gosh, look at how gorgeous this is. Wow. How incredibly beautiful. I'm surprised that they didn't film and utilize the organ and stuff too when they did. Maybe there was events going on as well. So thanks again for being so gracious and letting me film in here. Oh, they just turned the lights on. That is so gorgeous. So that's the organ that was on the placard as well. So I don't want to take up too much of their time because they were very nice to kind of let us come in and just document everything. And you just got to love the beautiful architectural Gothic work of the church. And I'll like do my best to screen match these shots, but this was it. This was it. This is so cool. So they're doing their thing. Make sure you guys come down here and check out their website. And check out their website for further events. And come down here and support the church and the, well, it's not the church, but it's the concert hall, but you know, keep things active. Wow, this is just amazing. Just incredible. Yeah, these are the doors that they came out right here. They would have sprinkled the fruitcake on these steps. You would have seen all these railing. And how incredibly nice of them to let me come in and get those shots and just the grand tour of the beautiful church. We lucked out. There was a performance. They're practicing, and she graciously said if you can come in and get your shots in 10 minutes or so. And actually she was just cool, but I said it won't take longer than 10 minutes. And that worked out great because they do have performances here and people trying to practice. As you saw the gentleman on the piano, it just sounds so beautiful in there. And that organ, that was really neat. Thanks again to the great people here at the old church for making this all happen today. I really appreciate that. Heck yeah. So yeah, pretty cool to think that all that happened right here. And I love the fact that Grimm used a lot of iconic places around town so that when you're walking or driving around through the city, you're like, hey, I recognize that from my favorite show. That's going to do it for today. If you guys are new here, make sure you hit that red subscribe button. That'll dial you into being a creeper today. You can also ring that bell. That way when I creep, you guys will be the first to creep. And if you did enjoy this, give it a thumbs up. Till next time, creeper out for now. Peace.